that the church bells I can hear, or am I tripping? No, I think I must be tripping. I think the bells would be a lot louder, possibly. Now yeah, in fact, it was the church bells that I can hear. Not the bells tonight because I've just popped to the shop. That's what I need to do. My phone's quite responsive when I try and flick the camera on. That might work now. Yeah. Seems to work sometimes. Oh yeah. The bells now. Starting to get a little bit muggy now out here. The bells are getting louder. I hear beeping now. An alarm. The sun's too bright for me. Getting ready for the crazy temperature. To be honest, it already is heating up a bit. Well, I'm certainly noticing that. What I'll do tomorrow, after I've seen my social worker, I'm going to take my tent down and then start taking a few things over to where I'm going to be camping, stash it up and that. Saying that, I've got to keep an eye on the kind of temperature of the vinyl and that in my room. But I'm only going to a place called Golden Green, which is just up the road. And I'm being blinded by that sun. Walking right into it. Let's get over the other side. That's better. Bit of shade. Be nice when the sun goes down, it'll cool down a bit. Got a couple of final jobs to do in the studio. Be all ready for tomorrow when my social worker comes round. Blast out some madness for him. He's right into madness. He's been to see him 4 times. I find out when his birthday is or Christmas, I'll have to get him a Madness CD. Because to be honest with you, he's the first social worker I come across that's actually helped me, him and Charlotte. Then again, I think I'm helping them, do you know what I mean, training them, because Tom's a trainee. I said, well, you're getting good first-hand experience here, which is quite rare, because obviously most of the ADHD and ASD is with kids, but like I was telling him, you're going to come across adults like me, who are fully, like, high functioning, and just be waffling away. But then again, like he said, he comes across ones that obviously low functioning. Whereas I think with me, he can have more of a conversation with me about anything. Flies down there, man. Watch all them flies down there, lads. This school lane needs sweeping up. I've got a week of a heat wave, not more than a week. It's going to zap me out riding my bike, but to be honest, I've cycled before in another heat wave, and the temperatures were. That was when I was with my ex-girlfriend Melanie, and I cycled in temperatures of about 36 to 38, which I'm quite safe to do. A couple of times I've nearly had a heat stroke, but that's where the sun's directly on my head. But I can tell when I'm getting heat stroke, and I have to stop rapidly, get off my bike and cool down just to get loads of air in my lungs. Luckily, like when I caught COVID, before we even got told it was here, I'm super fit, and I was huffing and puffing. I could see how a lot of people died on COVID through having no lungs and that. I had to get on my hands and knees. I was sweating, vomiting, but I managed to just pump my lungs in and out. But yeah, don't know what strain up, but I've never had a jab. The way I looked at it is, I've just had COVID. That'll make you immune. Your own immune system will work. But they did keep writing to me, the NHS, you need to get your jab. I don't. I'll take my chances, but it's crazy. Now they're trying to make out there's another strain over here running around. The only strain we can see is the bullshit of the government. It doesn't matter what government of the day are in, they're all just going to bullshit. Yeah. A lot of my pals calling for this side or that side. What they don't realise is they're all corrupt, whatever side gets in. They're all on ridiculous amounts of money. You look at the COVID and lockdown and that, telling us to stay indoors, while Boris was having like parties. He actually got nicked for it. What sort of leader is that? Where he's telling us to stay indoors. Yeah, God, that's bright. God. Wow. Yeah, lockdown, that was weird, wasn't it? I think there'll probably be another one of them one day. Then again, I got mine in December. My mate Gary went to see his son in Spain. And I'll tell you how I caught it off him. When he came back, I nicked a roll up on him. And obviously he's touched the ridge of the packet, and then I touched the ridge of the packet. And when I got home, it literally took about 3 hours for the COVID to sort of get me. Obviously at the time I didn't know it was COVID. I didn't know what it was. In fact, I was laying in bed, I was thinking, sort of dial 999, and I thought, nah, that's the biggest headache like I've ever had, is with that COVID. Saying that, it sort of left me, and I've been alright. There's some people that, what is it called, long COVID, isn't it? There's people now that are still messed up. But yeah, I was on the floor, just sweating, everything. I thought, what's going on here? But all I could really do was just pump my lungs in and out. But yeah, that's probably the sickest I've ever felt. And again, it was quite scary at times. I didn't know what it was. Wow. Let's go and get a few bits from upstairs, and we'll get in a tent. I think it's a bit too warm sitting here. And my Indian mate in the shop who does me deals, I've got a bottle of Baileys here as well. I've got to treat myself. I've got this, look. I've got to let him know tomorrow whether I like them. He can do me a deal. Vodka, look, in there. I'm not even a drinker, but tonight I thought I'll treat myself. Oh, it's a salted caramel one. How about that? I've never tried that one. It's the only thing I do drink. Not that I get pissed on Baileys, it just makes me a bit drowsy. In fact, there's no worse feeling than being hungover. Not that I get hungover, because I don't really drink enough to get that. Unless I'm in the pub with my mates, and then obviously to be one of the gang, I'm having a drink. You know what I mean? The people I know, there's normally substances that come out at some point. Not that I'll be indulging in them. In fact, the next 6 months is just going to be saving from the car. I don't even think it'll take 6 months. The amount I'm going to save, being off the weed, can all go into the car. Yeah, it's quite hot up here. Too hot. I'll hoover that bit later. And we've got to turn the amp on. Still got that Dance Craze poster out there. Oh. Hang on, let me get this shirt off. I might put a t-shirt on. Let me fold that poster up first. T-shirt is what I want. And made these as well. Boom, check that out. But yeah, studio room. Dance Craze there, we've got specials there. Selector. And we've got one more for luck up here. Which is this R2, so we can swap them around. Got to bring the other drum as well in here. I ain't too sure where I'm putting them in a minute. tell you what, there's loads of little flying things outside. Luckily I got a zapper, one of these zappers, which works rather well. But I'll bang that on when it's dark and open the windows. In fact, I think I need them shades, I don't think. Scab's starting to fall off the back of my head now. Got a nice scar there though. My mate reckons they would have stitched it and glued it or something. Everyone I've seen said, oh, you have to get that checked out. But then my doctor, Dr. Tosh, my Irish doctor, he agrees with me. I said, I don't know, do you know what I mean? About whatever. The only time I felt a bit ill was the initial, when it's hit me on the head. I've gone like that and there's blood everywhere. And for about 5 seconds I felt a bit sick. But to be honest, wherever I'm cut, I tend to stop bleeding I've got quite good metabolism. I'll stop bleeding quite quickly. Yeah. But it definitely hurt more than when I was bottled in the pub. But I was bottled on the top there. I didn't even know I was bottled at the time. But when that hit the back of my head, I had a massive headache until I seen my mate leave the other night. I did a paracetamol and it went and never came back. But to be honest, them speakers are weigh quite a bit. It's like solid wood. Right. Should get some bobs to take out that side. Don't need none of that. Oh, it's all still out there, isn't it? As a result. I'll get the studio done tonight and then I'll have to start another room. I'll finish the landing then and work down the stairs. Only a few things I've got to do. Mainly just sweep up, clear up, touch up a paint and lay all the flooring down. The good thing is, when I started this mission of doing the whole house, I bought everything in one go, so I've got everything I need, bar a couple of things. Yeah, that's really hot up here. In fact, I'm going to ping the bathroom window open and the landing one. Let a bit of air waft through. Yeah, it doesn't start getting chilly till 2 in the morning. It's going to be, you know, I even think this heat wave is going to be like 20 odd like at night. My dad used to get on all right in the heat, and the cold, but I can't seem to. Then again, he has a bit more weight on him than me. That's what we was going to do, put a t-shirt on. Something nice and cool. Need. Where's my white t-shirt? In fact, I think there's boxing on tomorrow. Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. No. At the weekend, I'm losing track of what day it is. I think social workers coming about 10 tomorrow. Maybe it's not been put away yet. I don't know where it is. Point is taking the shirt off and putting another shirt on, isn't it? But green one's probably the best bet. Yeah, that green one. Yeah, I'm definitely noticing there's not a lot of oxygen about. I noticed that when I was cycling. Done some miles this week, I'm telling you. Get to see my doctor on Monday. He put all his wires on me. But I've told him already, I've got no problem with any kind of test he wants to run on me. In fact, I'm feeling quite physically fit this year. I've been doing quite a bit of exercise. And I was running around the house. That's cool, look at this one. So I'm just doing my buttons up. Prolonged heat wave. It's going to be a nightmare. The reason I get really hot is to do with my condition, you know, the medication. Obviously, take a stimulant, it raises your blood pressure and stuff. I'm actually having a skinhead, but I'll just end up taking my scab off. Don't do that. Feels like I've got long hair. Long curly hair if I grow it. In fact, when I come out the womb, I had loads of blonde hair. Oh, blonde curly hair. That was when I come out weighing 13.8. Bounced around the hospital. I wouldn't eat nothing. So they put me in an incubator for 8 weeks. Yeah, 13.8 I was. My dad said I was just a big ball. Big chubby ball. Obviously, being 13.8, that's enough for a few kids, isn't it? But whether that's got anything to do with now, I can eat like a horse. I don't put on any weight, but a lot of it's probably to do with me exercising. But yeah. There's some more records here. In fact, there's 4 LPs in my mum's, I think. My mum. These are all really expensive ones on Parlophone. There's my mum there. Got them to take up. And then, boys and girls, we're on to the singles. Got quite a few beat singles, specials. It's not going to be as long as the albums though, but yeah. And then there'll be no records down here. In fact, it's looking better. I'm able to move around a bit more now. But again, I did tell everyone, as soon as I start doing one thing and start getting near the end, like when they do my kitchen, all my kitchen stuff that's in here can go out there. But to be honest with you, I was saying to Tom, I'm getting a bit bored waiting for them. I might just do my own kitchen. Do you know what I mean? Because I think I can do it fucking damn sight quicker than whatever they can. Because I said to Tom, maybe they're trying to force me out. Because I'm beginning to think now, maybe there's some underlying plan, you know what I mean? Something I don't know about. But they can't force me out, like throw me out or anything like that. But they can make things really hard for me, make me live in real bad conditions and then force me out that way. But that wouldn't work anyway. Crazy, eh? But then again now, Marcy's loaded her own gun really, because now she's going to be dealing with Tom 24/7. And he ain't going to listen to her shit, because he actually read some of her emails to me and said, "Does she talk to you all the time like that, Phil?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you think that's rude?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "So do I." Do you know what I mean? They can see what I'm on about now. But as of today, I made Tom my legal spokesperson, advocate, so I ain't got to deal with them numpties. They can threaten me with this judge swearing all they want. I keep saying to them, "Give me a date and I'll go down and swear it at him." I would as well. I couldn't even care if they give me a week in prison, not that they can even do that. It's not even a criminal offence, but I don't know. Then again, when they build them 400 houses out the back there, I might want to move then. It's quite a lot of money on offer to move. Not that any of it's about the money for me, because I'd have been gone by now, but I'd soon spend that on records. No. And to be honest, there's only 2 bungalows in this village I'd want. Anyway, it's enough talking about moving. Fucking, I'm not 30 anymore, man. I'm 50 odd. To be honest, I feel quite at home here. Do you know what I mean? Really, but then I've lived here all my life. In fact, I get weird vibes. It feels like, I don't know. I definitely feel like maybe my mum or my dad floating around in here. I'm not into ghosts or nothing like that, but I pick up on vibes. Yeah. I did tell my old man, if there's anything out there, make sure you come back and like haunt me, let me know. He was laughing, but it's all good. Maybe it's my old man smashing me on the head with a speaker. Or maybe it's my mother. Maybe she don't like the way I've turned out. In fact, up there buried with my dad is my mum and the landlord of the pub, Albert, that used to be in there. He got on well with my mum, and when he died, his wife Vi said, "Yeah, Bill," because my dad was his best mate. So one day there'll be 4 of us in there, because I'm going in there as well. But I've got to be cremated and then put in there. Yeah. But I'll be the last one in there. Like I said to my dad, I didn't say goodbye or anything like that to him. I explained that I ain't going to say goodbye, because wherever you're going, I'm coming at some point. Which is true. Something must happen. You don't just die. Look at the universe and the whole aspect of life and everything. You know what I mean? Nobody's able to say what actually happens until you know what I mean, until you're gone, but something happens. I'm pretty sure of that. You look at the solar system and the whole universe. Something else happens. I don't know what, but getting philosophical now. Anyway, I should be getting to 90. My dad got to 7. My poor mother only got to 47. That's quite young, isn't it? But then again, cancer back then, it killed quite a few women. Saying that, I wouldn't wish that on any kid, but it definitely kind of toughens you up. But no, I wouldn't want my worst enemy to have what happened to me happen to them. It's quite a shock, really. Well, it's a shock when you're 10. That was two days after my 10th birthday, that was. Yeah. Still remember it now. I think I was 10. My other sister was 13, and then my other sister was 17. My brothers was older than that. But I suppose even my sister at 13 knew a bit more than what I did. Really at 10, you were quite innocent, really. Yeah. Crazy, eh? I'll show you what I've been spraying. Folds that in the middle. Basically, I'm going to do then that colour. And this will kind of glows in the dark. So you don't need no lights. You do need lights. That's quite a Larry one. Yeah, it glows in the dark. I thought I'd go with some like retro colours. I've got all new brake pads and that to go in there, but I'm thinking about changing the derailleur. It's got quite a shit derailleur on it. I might take that off and put a more sturdy one kind of thing on there. I'll show you it. Oh. That one. Some kind of fake Shimano, I think that is, but I've got a real Shimano to go on there. I'm also toying with the idea of you can get like cycle engines, put an engine in it. They do 80cc ones, and then they do 100cc ones, but you can either get 2-stroke or 4-stroke. Obviously with a 2-stroke, you just rev the bollocks out of it, possibly blow it up. Yeah, do about 60-70 mile an hour. So that's what I think we'll be doing, is putting an engine on it. Um, It's a football one somewhere. Talk sport, probably.
As Mills is running towards the danger end, yeah, let's clip the stumps. So Mills has gone, Mills has been run out. Yeah, crumbs, it gets confusing sometimes. But we are going to have a what?
Offside was just now. It is a shoulder.
It's not even close, Sadie.
Listen, it's not
No
as
need
tight.
for the flag to go up there.
It's not as tight as the offside that went in France's favour in the opening group match. But this one, going against France, it was the shoulder of Samura that played them onside, that played Kerry Holland onside. Jess Bishop back up on her feet, back on the pitch. We're back underway, and that's a poor pass from Ndongala looking for Diani. It's gone straight out of play. Wales throwing just right in front of that Welsh dugout area where Rhian Wilkinson is out on her feet, applauding every single moment. They have, like you said, Danny, they have arrived in this tournament, in major tournament football. What a moment for Wales, all of Wales.
It certainly is. It's, you know, after the difficulties of the first game, the players have come out and spoke about.
I think England won 4-0.
We've seen a change of system, find much more positive. They had a difficult start to the game, obviously conceding that early goal, but they have looked better. They have looked a bit more of a threat with the system change. Certainly, with those balls over the top, there's more runners in behind, causing France one or two issues. So important now just to kind of settle down at all 1-1. Let's not get too excited. Keep the focus, keep the concentration.
Don't Take Me Home is ringing around St Gallen. This Red Wall do not want to go back door. They want to stay here. They're enjoying things now. And I think that goal was possibly celebrated all around
Flying
England
insects.
as well.
I'll have to get my zapper in here, I
Certainly
think.
this result, if it stays this way, will have a huge impact on them as well. But let's get a goal in the Club World Cup between PSG and Real Madrid.
Oh,
That's where I've got to watch where I pitch my tent, near the river, to get all the insects and that. I'm going to take my magnet and my fishing rod as well.
Thank you. That was Nick Hatton. The update from the Club World Cup.
Might do that Sunday
A few
night.
PSG players from their feminine side in action this evening here for France. Little bit of a scare there for Evans. The ball out from Middleton to Patel, but she was able to react quickly, and now Fishlock lays it off to roll. Lovely little touch to change direction and play it to Woodham. Woodham now down the left-hand side for the right of Fiona Morgan. She's knocked it. Past Samura looking on the byline. She managed to make it clear, but France scrambling it away, and it falls to Gioro. Again, a good opportunity for Wales, and they have been so much more on the front foot, and that goal will have helped them.
Yeah, runners in behind, more bodies up the pitch, and causing France a lot of issues down the right-hand side. But again, a bit of time and space in that midfield area, and
So Wales turning over France.
really intelligent runs in behind.
I'll be back in a second. I've just got to listen to this thing.
Paris Saint-Germain 2 in 3 minutes. This one from Ousmane Dembele. Antonio Rudiger dwelling on the ball just inside his own half. Dembele nicked it off him, ran through and slotted past Thibaut Courtois on the edge of the box. Paris Saint-Germain 2, Real Madrid 0.
Jess Fishlock picking up a yellow card for that challenge. She knew the minute she slid in and made contact that it wasn't a great.
Well, it's just the Euros, isn't it?
So now France have the free kick. Centre 20-25 yards from Middleton Patel's goal, who's just trying to sort out this Welsh wall in front of her. 3 French players standing.
Anyway, I'll be back.